Itu dia. Sekarang kita berada dalam fasa perlumbaan seperti yang kita nampak di skrin sekarang. Matt Murdoch mendahului di depan, diikuti Jensen, Kenny, Pete Demon Steve, kotak mancis di petak yang kelima, 1GT di petak yang keenam. Paan Biskut, kita boleh saksikan lampu telah pun dibuka. Kita akan saksikan siapa yang akan mendapatkan inside line di selekor yang pertama. Itu dia. Kita tunggu. And we are off. Let's go.
Matt Murdoch is going to be coming in through the front here. He's going to try his very best to get himself in the lead here. He's already pulling way ahead actually compared to everyone else except for Kenny, who is now hanging very deep onto the inside here, looking for a way to try to get past. Matt Murdoch has gone wide. Matt Murdoch has gone wide and Kenny's already gone through. Now Jensen is going to try to fight as well with Matt Murdoch, but Matt Murdoch takes the inside line. He is able to get alongside Kenny.
Tiga serangkai sekali antara Kenny, Matt Murdoch. 1GT juga mengikuti daripada belakang. Speed Demon Steve di petak yang kelima telah membentuk kotak mancis memasuki selekor yang ketiga sekarang ini. Siapa yang mendapat? Matt Murdoch. Adakah Kenny? Oh tidak, Jensen masih side by side di situ. Matt Murdoch jatuh di tempat yang ketiga. Kenny pulling away, going to first. Jensen masih side by side mengikuti belakang, mengikuti slipstream Kenny di situ. Demon Steve masih lagi di tempat yang keempat. Oh, ada sedikit sentuhan di situ daripada kotak mancis. Oh,
Jensen continue to give chase on to Kenny. Kenny's gone wide and Jensen's already slipped through. Matt Murdoch comes through as well to take second place, and Speed Demon Steve is looking for this opportunity. He takes third place away. 1GT gets up alongside Kenny now. Kenny's dropped 5 places in one go from dropping off of turns 7 and 8. Jensen leading the pack here, while Matt Murdoch now having to defend against Speed Demon Steve.
Oh, perbezaan antara Jensen dan Matt Murdoch sekarang, Matt Murdoch adalah 1.2 saat sahaja. Wow, sangat rapat. Kita boleh saksikan dekat dalam live timing sekarang juga. Track memang macam semut. Semua berusaha sebaik boleh untuk merapatkan diri masing-masing. Sekarang kita bersama dengan Speed Demon Steve yang bermula daripada petak yang keempat telah naik ke petak ketiga. Wow, sekarang mereka memasuki di sektor yang terakhir. Jensen masih lagi mendahului the pack, diikuti oleh Murdoch, Speed Demon Steve, 1GT. Kotak mancis, apa sudah jadi? Di petak yang kelima jatuh, dipotong oleh Kenny sebentar tadi. Joe Labu, kita ada nampak ada sedikit gap di antara pendahului dan midfield.
Kenny going alongside Kotak Manchis right now. They are battling in the drag race style on the main straight. The green car on the left, the red car on the right. Kotak Manchis is the one having the inside line going to this first turn. Kenny calculates when exactly he's going to be hitting that brake. He's going to hit it right at the 100-meter board. While Kotak Manchis, he brakes a little bit later but harder in order to take the inside line. Getting through right now. Going to the second turn. Kotak Manchis closes the door onto Kenny and stays in P5.
Sangat cantik masuki inside line oleh Kotak Mancis, mendapatkan balik tempat yang berhak bagi beliau di tempat yang kelima. Tetapi saya rasa Kenny tidak akan mengalah. Kotak Mancis masih lagi menggerakkan line. Army cuba juga memotong. Kita nampak FS Trader cuba mengejar pelumba di hadapan, iaitu calon PLKN. Dia memasuki bahagian dalam di corner yang keempat di situ. Adakah beliau dapat? Oh, cantik di situ. Cuba pulling away daripada calon PLKN. Memang saya dah cakap, saya dah anggarkan race kali ini memang sengit.
It is very, very tight. I mean, behind Parang Skippers, behind Jalan PLKN, there were a lot of cars just lining up right now. We got Imam Select now trying to get up alongside Juno. He's actually got a bit of contact, and Bambisco slips right in the middle like the mustard that he is. The SATRIA going wide there is Juno. 13th place. He's fallen down now to 15, maybe 16. Bambisco moves up into 13th place now ahead of Imam Select, and in 13, he's going to stay by the time we get to the top of the hill.
Kalau tak silap saya, ada sedikit sentuhan daripada Paan Biskut, kerana Paan Biskut berada di bahagian luar, cuba untuk memasuki dalam di corner di selekor ke-9 tadi. Ada sedikit sentuhan, tetapi selamat mereka tidak. Ada sedikit drag check di situ kalau anda perasan tadi oleh Pahan Biskut kepada parang skipper. Masih lagi mengikuti slipstream masing-masing, cuba untuk mendapatkan towing. Kita boleh nampak ada sedikit pack di situ. Memasuki corner ke-15 sekarang. Pak Adis apa dah jadi?
Going very wide and actually gets overtaken by Fort Lanu. By the time he comes back, he loses out in this battle here to Pan Biscuit, and Fort Lanu gets a free upgrade to 13th place. Now Pan Biscuit can only watch the guy in front of him, Abang the 94, holding the top 10 spot there, and he's already licking his chops. He's thinking about it as we enter turn 1.
Kita ada nampak Darren Live Gaming juga berada di dalam race kali ini. Fort Lanu di tempat yang ke-12 baru saja memotong Drifter injured ke? Drifter injured. Sorry,
Pan Biscuit going for a move. Pan Biscuit's going for a move on turn 4 right now. Abang 94 cannot defend, but he gets knocked in behind from Fort Lanu. Big hit there, but still that helps Abang 94 actually to stay up and continue on this battle with Pan Biscuit. He takes the inside line going through turn 5, but then Pan Biscuit slips on the inside, gets right in front of him through turn 6. Amazing stuff here from Pan Biscuit.
Wow, the racing line yang dia ambil tu, abang tidak dapat untuk defend dia punya line. Pan Biscuit cuba untuk pulling away sekarang. Kita boleh nampak ada sedikit gap di situ. Saya rasa dalam 1 ataupun 1.2 saat antara mereka sekarang ni.
Yep, Takeo now next on the menu here, but I got to update this as well. Pan Biscuit has already taken 3 cutting warnings now. He cannot do any more. He gets another contact again with Takeo in front, but Takeo just streams ahead in 9th place. Fort Lanu under attack for Abang 94 right now for 11th place, and Abang 94 takes it away, blocks in front, gets knocked out, goes off the track, and Fort Lanu and Machine 2 will go through.
Oh, itulah dia, sedikit kesilapan akan menjadi masalah untuk driver-driver kita. Walaupun terkeluar sikit daripada racing line yang sepatutnya, mereka akan kehilangan tempat. Sekarang berada di back straight. Wow,
we're having a fight. We're having a fight on the main straight, guys. Speed Demon Steve versus Matt Murdoch. Steve has already edged his nose just ahead of Matt Murdoch now. Coming to turn 1, breaking hard is Matt Murdoch. He wants to cut him off before he gets onto the line, but he locks his break up. Speed Demon Steve streams right through, takes the racing line on turn 2, and Matt Murdoch is left behind in the brake dust.
Mungkin next time Matt Murdoch, sikit saja lagi. Itu kata-kata Steve. Sikit lagi saya takkan bagi awak lalu. Saya punya track ni. Jangan kacau saya. Tetapi Murdoch masih lagi cuba di bahagian dalam. Oh, ada sentuhan. Oh tidak. Murdoch dapat di tempat yang kedua, cuba untuk defend, memasuki corner yang ketiga, keempat. Maafkan saya. Masih lagi bertahan. Speed Demon Steve still going. Kita boleh tengok Isleko ini, adakah Speed Demon akan mencuba masuk di bahagian dalam? Kerana saya boleh nampak Speed Demon Steve ada lebih drive daripada Matt Murdoch sendiri. Oh, sayang sekali. Jensen mempunyai gap sebanyak 5 saat di depan. Mungkin beliau boleh relax sedikit di hadapan.
Wow, this is such a tight race now between our
What a race. What
a race. And we haven't even gotten past the first 10 minutes, boys.
Betul. Belum lagi 10 minit. Kita ada masa 1 jam. Kita ada masa 1 jam.
Masih 1 jam masih.
Tetapi itulah dia. Speed
Demon trying to go for a move there, locks up the brakes a little bit, but again, this is a very tight section that he's trying to make a move on here, so I don't know whether he's going to be able to find the speed, but it looks like he does catch up to the back of Matt Murdoch now. He's getting the toe certainly off of the SATRIA Neo that's green colored, him in the red colored car. Jinx on the inside, outbreaks him, going to the turn, takes the line, but is he going to go wide? Just a little bit, not quite. Matt Murdoch has to tuck it behind, and Speed Demon Steve moves up to P2. Matt Murdoch continues to give a chase here. He is having the toe from Steve now. He has a chance to counterattack, but Steve moves to the wall! And Matt Murdoch gets squeezed!
Ada sedikit sentuhan dekat situ. Dihalang oleh Speed Demon, cuba untuk menghalau keluar Matt Murdoch. Tetapi Matt Murdoch masih lagi bertahan dan Speed Demon masih lagi dapat mengawal jentera beliau. betul-betul battle yang paling best untuk race kali ini. Tetapi jangan dilupa juga kita ada battle di tempat yang keempat dan kelima oleh 1GT dan Kenny.
Yeah, I'm seeing their sides right now. Kenny is following behind 1GT. Imagine catch up to him through turn 2 and turn 3. Now it's going to be turn 4 and 1GT breaks a little bit earlier there, forcing Kenny to react. So he backs off a little bit as they enter sector 2. Now it's going to be the sweeping section. First, a very fast right, very fast left, sorry, as Kenny goes on and gains onto 1GT. Now a fast right. Kenny continues to gain and 1GT goes wide. Kenny is going to try to find himself alongside, but can he stay in front though? 1GT is still in front as they break for turns 7 and 8. Kenny is still biding his time. A little bit of lock up there for 1GT. That slowed him down, and Kenny finds it on the exit.
What a nice exit from Kenny. Tetapi saya rasa masih lagi 1GT.
Kota Manchis!
Oh!
Kota Manchis is coming in. Also joining in the battle here between Kenny and as well as 1GT. It's a three-way battle now, ladies and gentlemen, for P5.
Cuba mendapatkan advantage dekat situ kotak Manchis. Sementara mereka tengah berbattle.
Oh, 1GT dah keluar.
Oh, 1GT. Kotak Manchis mendapatkan advantage seperti yang saya bagi tahu. Sekarang di antara Kenny dan kotak Manchis, kita boleh lihat adakah kotak Manchis boleh mengejar Kenny. Oh, Kenny ada sedikit lock up di situ. Oh, cuba untuk buat late braking, tetapi itulah dia, ada sedikit lock up, memaksa beliau untuk counter steer balik. Going back into back straight right now. We'll see. Oh, ada lampu. Bagi lampu untuk indicate dia. Oh, cuba masuk ke dalam. Kenny masih lagi bertahan.
Yeah, okay,
adakah dia akan go wide? Oh no, very nice.
Very nice, very tidy there for Kenny. Kotak Manchis is falling behind now. He doesn't have the speed on the exit of the final turn to catch up to Kenny here. He might be able to try with braking though, but then again, that means he's going to be taking a dive straight into turn 1. Is he going to be taking that risk, or is he going to be taking easy first? But then he also got 1GT pressuring him from behind, so Kotak Manchis is in the tomato sandwich right now between the ketchup and the lettuce. So let's see how he's going to try to manage his race from here on out.
Awak cakap tomato and ketchup. Saya rasa kalau color kuning ni dia mustard ni, Victor. Dia mustard.
Oh yeah, betul. Tapi you know, there's also like banana ketchup, mango ketchup.
Yep, betul. Betul, ada banana ketchup. Apa lagi, mango ketchup. So mungkin color tu. Okay, berbalik kepada race, kita kurang daripada 50 minit sekarang ini. Perlu diingatkan, kita race selama sejam, tetapi kita boleh nampak driver-driver kita tidak kenal erti penat. Mereka masih lagi cuba untuk push. Sekarang kita bersama dengan Haji Kakap di tempat yang ke-22 dengan SATRIA Neo berwarna hitam memasuki selekoh yang pertama.
Yeah, we got a fight going on as well with KO as Drifter injured Jud tries to go alongside but fails to outbreak Pan Biscuit right now. This is a battle for 12th place here with Takeo currently leading this pack here. Pan Biscuit trying to go around the outside of turn 5. Cannot quite find the speed though as Drifter Injured edges closer and closer and gets himself alongside Pan Biscuit. Takeo now trying to hold on to the racing line here as Pan Biscuit is under pressure when Drifter Injured as well as Miro Mike. Pan Biscuit finds the lead. He finds the 12th place now. Drifter Injured follows behind him. They break together right now, leaving Takeo on the outside here, and Miro Mike slips in together with the tree here in order to make it up to 12, 13 and 14.
Wow, battle midfield pun menarik. Sedangkan battle midfield pun menarik, kita tengok battle di depan pun menarik. Apa lagi kita nak? Full of drama, full of battle. Ini yang kita mahukan. Full house 30 driver kita ada. Midfield ada battle. In front pun ada battle, dekat belakang pun ada battle. Memang best.
Memang best, man.
Memang best.
Jensen is currently still leading the race with 46 minutes still left to go here in this fight. Currently, he is sitting in a very pretty position here. 1GT is now trying his level best here to fight against Kotak Manchis here for P5. And between them, we got Speed and Steve in second place. You got Matt Murdoch in third and Kenny in fourth. And now Kotak Manchis is now moved up to fifth here as he's just beaten 1GT to the chase here coming through turn 2. But look out in front, there is traffic as Juno moves aside, allowing both Kotak Manchis and 1GT to continue through, and 1GT is actually using this opportunity to try to find some momentum around the outside. 1GT now leads through turn 2, and Kotak Manchis is back into P6.
Okey, kita dapat lihat ada beberapa driver telah memasuki pit, iaitu Ford, Lanun dan Mesin Tebu. Mungkin ini adalah pit strategi masing-masing, walaupun baru saja 10 minit masa perlumbaan, belum lagi 20 minit mereka telah pun memasuki pit, mungkin untuk cuba menukar tayar, kerana tayar yang digunakan adalah kita ada gunakan 100% tayar wear. So maksudnya driver-driver kita perlu berhati-hati dengan penggunaan tayar mereka. Wow.
Takeo has dropped from 9th place down to around 15th place, and now he's losing places as well to Ikmal Select, as well as Drifter Injured. Oh, a bit of contact there. Ikmal Select actually hit Takeo and spun him out completely. He drops now to 17th place, while himself and Shazani Shukor continue on through the second sector here. Drifter Injured in the meantime chasing against Miro Mike here for 11th place, and this is the very tight battle now, because once you get up to 11th place, that's a chance to get into the top 10.
Wow, Shazani Suko cuba mengejar Ikmal Select sekarang ini. Agak rapat di situ, cuba untuk mendapatkan sedikit slipstream. Tapi kita perlu memberi perhatian di bahagian luar juga dan mengikuti Nash. Oh, ada berpusing di situ. Nampak Victor? What happened? Berpusing, baru saja berpusing. Apa
Siapa yang
jadi
pusing?
tu? Saya rasa Ikmal Select berpusing di bahagian depan tadi. Mungkin tayar, mungkin penggunaan tayar. Shazani Suko sekarang di tempat yang ke-13, diikuti rapat oleh Afid Sat Supat dan Nash. Oh, 3 serangkai, ada sedikit sentuhan di situ. Cuba mengawal keretanya. Cuba
Cuba tapi namun di overtake lagi. Afizat Supa sekarang di 13, Shazani Suko di 14 dan Nash sekarang di 15. Mereka sedang berjengkir untuk final turn ini di Sepang. Afizat is right now in front, holding off Shazwan. Looks like Nash is going to be going into the pits here, so he ducks out of this battle here. Afizat and Shazani are both going to continue on. Let's see where they're going to be ending up once those pit lanes, once those pit entries are already sorted out here. They're going to be up into 12 as well as 13th place right now as you get across the line and into turn 1. Shazani a little bit behind Afizat at this point right now, not having an opportunity to pass quite yet. So Afizat is actually going to be able to take a nice and decent line through these first couple of turns, and hopefully be able to hold him off for the rest of this lap.
Tetapi saya nak cakap tentang kita punya pendahulu race sekarang berada di lap yang ke-7 dan Steve mengikuti di belakang dengan perbezaan masa gap sebanyak 10.3 saat. Wow, gap yang agak besar. Tetapi jangan lupa, kerana pit masih boleh masuk, pit masih boleh digunakan. Kalau Jensen ingin memasuki pit sekarang ini, bagi saya adalah keputusan yang tidak rasional bagi beliau. Kerana 10 saat bagi saya amatlah sekejap, dan seperti yang saya kenal Steve, dia sangat laju.
That's the thing. So we'll see whether or not he'll be able to make up that time in the course of the next 42 minutes, or our pit strategy is going to be in play here. Maybe Jensen might have underfueled himself a little bit, but again, we know any data, we don't know fuel loads these guys are holding. We will know is how many pit stops they've taken in this race so far. So let's see how this battle unfolds between Jensen and Steve. In the meantime, an update about 2 new names that just joined us in the top 10. We've got Darren Live Gaming making his way up to P9 now, just 20 seconds behind Wagdeen, but a fantastic recovery, especially with all the other drivers having to take their penalty drive-thrus here. He's managed to eke his way into a smooth 9th position. In 10th place, we also got Drifter Injured in the red SATRIA Neo GT, now coming through the back straight and into the final turn. He is going to be up in the 10th place right now and only 5 seconds behind Darren Live Gaming.
Dia menginjurkan diri ni di tempat yang ke-10. Darren Live Gaming, seperti yang saya ingat, dia tidak dapat memasuki pusingan kelayakan tadi. So maksudnya dia bermula daripada petak belakang.
Wow, that makes it even more impressive, doesn't it?
Yup. Sekarang dia berada di tempat yang ke-9. Macam mana tu? Daripada petak belakang sekarang di petak yang ke-9, di posisi yang ke-9. So bermaksud kalau dia ingin untuk mendapatkan top 5, dia perlu jadi konsisten. Oh, apa dah jadi?
We are gonna crash here. FST Raider spun out in the final turn, or rather was hit in the final turn while he was battling together with Nash, together with Ikmal Select as well, and Abang 94, who is currently leading the pack now into turn 1. Nash is currently chasing behind him in the yellow SATRIA GT. In fact, he's trying to get him alongside even through turn 2, but Abang 94 will still take the inside, and he's perfectly clean on the exit here, so he will be able to take the third turn first. Now, Nash is falling behind. Ikmal Select has to fall back a little bit. Now he's 0.8 seconds behind. Nash continues to give chase now, kicking up some dust as it go a little bit wide here through the third turn. So they're certainly putting the pedal to the metal now in this race here.
Wow, Ikmal Select tadi adalah driver yang berpusing di selekoh yang ke-9, tetapi masih lagi meneruskan perlumbaan dan masih lagi berada di kedudukan beliau sekarang ini. Kita dapat lihat sekarang Nash dikejar oleh Abang 94. Nampaknya kita ada boleh nampak rivalry sikit dekat sini antara Paan Bisco dengan Takeo, Nash dan juga Abang 94. Oh,
yeah, so many battles just happening right now, and Ikmal Select is maybe under pressure here because Fort Lanun is following very closely behind him right now and is looking to try to take him for 18th place here. And with traffic just forming up in front of him, Ikmal Select cannot really find a good line, and Fort Lanun is able to catch him up because of that. And in fact, Kenny as well has just caught up to Matt Murdoch, or rather, they're battling right now for third position here. Two green SATRIA Neos. Am I seeing double here, Kacak?
Oh, ini dua-dua color sama ni. Mungkin driver yang sama? Bukan. Bukan. Ini adalah battle di antara Kenny dan 1GT sekarang ini. Kalau tak silap saya, betul ke Victor?
Betul tu.
Betul. 1GT dan Kenny. 1GT cuba mengambil towing sedikit daripada Matt Murdoch sekarang ini untuk mendapatkan advantage daripada beliau. Kita boleh lihat sekarang mereka sangat neck to neck untuk masuk ke selekoh yang ke-9 sekarang ini. Masing-masing sangat defending diorang punya line sekarang ni.
I know, right? Like, Matt Murdoch is pulling everything in his toolkit right now to stay ahead of Kenny. Is it the stage of the race right now where his tires are going to be at their worst condition now? I mean, bear in mind, Jensen's already 10 laps now in this race here. And, a bit of contact there between Matt Murdoch and the traffic on track there. That doesn't seem to slow him down too much against Kenny right now, but certainly the door is wide open as Matt Murdoch has to slow down a little bit, and that allows Kenny now to catch the slipstream on the back straight. Kenny now giving chase here. He will have Matt Murdoch move aside actually, and that's given him some clear air and definitely broken the toe, but Kenny still catches up anyway, has the racing line here, but Matt Murdoch outbrakes it, turns in very sharp and straight into the pits he goes. Kenny moves up into third place.
Ya, tetapi Victor, saya nak tanya dengan awak lah. Kita sekarang baru saja hampir 30 minit dalam race kali ini. Bagi awak, siapa kita punya driver of the day lah? Kalau dalam 30 minit ni,
masih lama lagi lah.
Memang bagi saya memang masih lama lagi. Tetapi saya cuma nak cakap, kalau boleh diberikan award driver of the day tu, saya nak bagi dekat Darren Live Gaming. Sebab kenapa? Dia tak masuk pusingan kelayakan tadi, tetapi dia starting daripada belakang, sekarang dia di top 10, di nombor 9. Bagi saya itu mengambil banyak risiko dengan trafik yang ada di bahagian depan juga, dan konsistensi. Kalau dia tak konsisten, dia tak akan berada di tempat yang ke-9 sekarang. What do you think, Victor?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's certainly a good nomination to actually have right now, because now Darren is going to be able to fight for 8th position with Matt Murdoch, who just came out of the pits now after that tangle, or rather after trying to chase up to Kenny here. So it might be a scheduled stop, or who knows. It's only 36 minutes left in this race here, and this is definitely given an opportunity now for Darren Live Gaming to further challenge for positions. But yeah, I certainly agree that Darren Live Gaming, from being able to climb from the back of the grid all the way now to 9th place, is certainly one of the most highlighted performances. But I also need to give a shout out here to my boy Kenny, who in spite of all odds is still maintaining a very consistent third place, has actually beaten out Matt Murdock actually, who qualified in front of him. You know, so in this race, so his race is definitely going to be versus Jensen versus Speed Demon Steve. But right now with a 6-second margin to Steve here, he still has quite a bit to catch up.
Betul tu. Sekarang kita bersama dengan Drifter Injur diikuti rapat oleh Mirul Mike di situ. Wow.
Yeah.
Kita ada catch up dengan kita ada salad sekarang ni.
Yes.
Which one? Siapa yang akan mendapatkan ni? Di bahagian depan, siapa yang dapat pulling away? Mirror Mike cuba untuk menggunakan late braking di situ, tetapi Drifter Injur tak takut. Dia masih lagi masuk di bahagian dalam kerana dia tahu dia bukan senang.
Ya, betul. Bukan senang. Tapi bukan saja itu, like Drifter Injur masa dia masuk pun dia brake check lagi. Dia brake check lagi. Mirror Mike cakap inilah line aku. You nak ambil, you rebut lah.
You nak ambil, you rebut. Tetapi aku kat depan sekarang ni. Okay, kita bersama dengan kotak mancis baru saja dipotong oleh Joe Labu.
Oh boy, kat main straight sekarang. Joe Labu is currently in front of Kotak Manchis, but Kotak Manchis late breaks here. This is going to be super risky to do, especially at this stage here if he has not changed out his tires. Joe Labu touches behind here. A bit of contact as well in the back.
Di situ. Tetapi Kotak Manchis masih lagi bertahan mengawal keretanya dan berjaya mendapatkan di petak yang kelima. Joe Labu terpaksa slowkan kereta dia sedikit untuk mendapatkan momentum kembali. Tetapi battle antara dua driver ini, Joe Labu, Kotak Manchis, kita tak boleh pandang sebelah mata. Kita kena juga tengok mereka. Wow.
Yes, we have to. Kotak Manchis is not too far away from Joe Labu right now, so certainly if Joe Labu is able to regain composure, he will be able to catch up to Kotak Manchis again, because Kotak has literally been dropping like a stone, especially after the tangle with 1GT. He's now 14 seconds behind 1GT, and with Joe Labu and Wagdin now 0.8 seconds, 0.6 seconds behind. You know, Kotak Manchis is looking to try to make the best of the stint right now, but certainly I think at this point he will be thinking a lot about how he wants to try to modify the parameters here and try to manage his race.
Ya, betul tu. Okay, saya akan bacakan sedikit komen daripada Facebook, YouTube dekat sini, iaitu daripada Muhammad Tahir. Nice caster, terbaik, jangan lupa minum air. Remember Victor, don't forget to drink your water.
Oh my god, that's a yellow Lee meme going viral right now. So thank you Tahir, thank you for the reminder.
Go Kotak Manchis, kita ada fan Kotak Manchis dekat sini, dan kita ada fan daripada Matt Murdock juga kalau tak silap saya. Drifter Injur juga ada juga fan. Wow.
Yeah, we got a battle going on here, guys. Joe Labu has just been overtaken by Wagdin here. A little bit of traffic is getting in the way here. Might be Fly is actually going alongside Joe Labu, but he's already been lapped. He's still moving ahead here. Wagdin and Joe Labu takes a wide line. Wagdin still continues through. I think Joe Labu is going into the pits. Yes, he does. He goes into the pits right now. Might be Fly continues to chase Wagdin, even though he's one lap behind. But certainly trying to use the toe maybe coming from Wagdin, or just trying to match his pace here with a person who is currently in P5.
Wow, Wagdin sekarang di petak yang kelima, diikuti rapat dengan Kotak Manchis. Bukan Myvi Fly.
Bukan Myvi Fly tu.
Myvi Fly. Saya ingat Kotak Manchis tadi. Okey. Wagdin di petak yang kelima sekarang. Kotak Manchis baru saja memasuki pit. Darren Live Gaming naik di tempat yang ketujuh kerana dua driver kita memasuki pit.
Okay. Darren.
Okey, kita dah boleh nampak sekarang ni diorang dah main pit strategi masing-masing. Mungkin ada penukaran tayar, mungkin ada penambahan minyak of course, tetapi penukaran tayar sebab kita sudah berada di separuh daripada perlumbaan kita kurang daripada 30 minit sahaja lagi. Wow, 1 jam race. Wow. Ini memerlukan stamina yang sangat-sangat lama.
Ya,
memerlukan konsisten juga.
Stamina untuk driver tu, stamina untuk caster pun.
Stamina untuk caster juga, betul tu. Jangan lupa minum air. Pasal kita punya komen ada cakap, jangan lupa minum air. Wow.
Aku pun tak minum.
Kau pun dah minum. Itu dia Kotak Manchis. Kita bersama dengan Kotak Manchis di tempat yang ke-8. Mungkin boleh mengejar Darren Live Gaming dengan 12 gap 12.4 saat. Oh, 5 saat. Maafkan saya.
Yeah.
Oh, 5
So
saat.
a battle is kind of forming here between Fort Lanu and Pan Biscuit. They're actually within half a second of each other now in 13th and 14th place. And I've been actually just seeing them on and off right now, but it seems like Pan Biscuit is struggling to just keep up, or either that or just literally following Fort Lanu's pace right now. Because we are at the halfway mark, you know, I would think a lot of drivers here will certainly be thinking about doing a one-stop strategy, whereby at around the 30-minute mark or after the 30-minute mark, then only go for the pits to either refuel or to change your tires. Definitely to change your tires actually, because again the degradation is very high on the track. So right now I want to see between Fort Lanu and Pan Biscuit who's going to end up in front by the time we enter like the 20+ minute mark.
Ya, betul tu. Jangan dilupa juga, walaupun kita ada tire wear, kita ada car damage juga. Kalau ada sedikit sentuhan ataupun pelanggaran di antara driver-driver kita, akan efek kepada mungkin daripada segi aerodynamic kereta itu sendiri. Sekarang ni drifter injek-injek memasuki pit.
Yeah, and Darren Life overtakes him for 6th place right now. We also got Kotak Manchis in the pits as well. Who else is following behind him here? Definitely not Miro Mike, because he's still out on track. He overtakes Wangdi now for 7th place. So that's already a free upgrade into the top 7 here for Miro Mike, Wangdi, Kotak Manchis, and Drifter Injured as well come into the pit here for what is probably a scheduled stop.
Ya, betul tu. Darren Live Gaming, kita bersama dengan Darren Live Gaming sekarang ni. Suka saya tengok cara dia ni driving. Dia masih lagi konsisten walaupun kita dah separuh perlumbaan, masih lagi konsisten. Timing dia dengan 2 minit 14 saat. Tetapi last lap tadi dia ada sedikit terkucil. Time yang dibuat oleh Darren Live Gaming 2 minit 17 saat. Tetapi masih lagi di dalam jangka masa tersebut. Itu saya dapat anggarkan dia boleh fight untuk top 5 malam ni. Wow.
Out the pits they're coming right now. Waqdin is currently under pressure, it looks like, from Fort Lanu as well as Pan Biscuit. Fort Lanu has actually overtaken Pan Biscuit now for 11th place, and now he's looking, setting his sights now for the top 10, which is currently where Waqdin is sitting here in the chili colored SATRIA Neo. Fort Lanu driving the same bright red SATRIA Neo. It's going to give him a little bit of a love tap from behind now as we enter turns 7 and 8. Waqdin still continues to carry a lot of momentum there, but Fort Lanu is trying to find the exit here, inches ever so close to Waqdin, but still not close enough. Now they will be entering the Bajaya hairpin. Fort Lanu not going for the dive here. Waqdin taking a very standard line actually, just basically maintaining a good pace in front, because again, right in front of both of them actually is another red car. That's going to be Afizat Supat, and he's going to be holding them back a little bit, and Waqdin needs to be very tactical about how he takes his battle now. Does he want to keep the pressure on the front, or does he want to watch out for Fort Lanu in the back?
Betul tu. Sekarang Kenny berada di depan, Jensen juga berada di depan. Saya rasa Jensen di nombor 1 tadi kalau tak silap saya, betul ke?
Betul.
Sekarang dipotong oleh Kenny. Kerana Jensen terpaksa memasuki pit untuk menukar tayar mungkin. Okey, sekarang kita boleh nampakkan ada battle di situ untuk petak ke-12 daripada Pan Biscuit, Kotak Manchis, Shazani Suko dan mesin tebu.
Yeah, Waqdin locking up the brakes right now. Fort Lanu has a chance getting on the main straight. He doesn't quite force him wide, gives him the space right on the outside, so Waqdin is able to pull ahead a little bit. But now with Fort Lanu chasing very closely behind, is he still going to be able to stay in front by the time we get into turn 1? Afizat Supat right now trying his very best to go up against Pan Biscuit, go side by side. So does Fort Lanu against Waqdin. Fort Lanu gets ahead of Waqdin, but Afizat Supat still cannot get in front of Pan Biscuit right now. He's still stuck at 11. Pan Biscuit takes the inside, going to turn 2, stays ahead of Afizat Supat and is into P10. Waqdin now overtaken by Fort Lanu, whereas Pan Biscuit not overtaken by Afizat Supat.
Waqdin cuba untuk mengekalkan petak yang ke-8 tadi dengan memasuki bahagian inside di selekong yang kedua, tetapi Fort Lanu
1GT has just been overtaken by Darren Live Gaming, guys. Darren Live Gaming is in 5th place here. 1GT is trying to get a position back. A bit of traffic is getting in the way as well. We got FST Raider just behind them, behind 1GT in fact, but 1GT gives no mind. He's going to go up alongside Darren. Darren goes a little bit to the side there, so 1GT backs out of it, but 1GT, he knows he has a pace here. He's going to keep up with Darren on the downhill section as we enter the penultimate turns. Darren Live Gaming is in the green car, 1GT is in the mustard colored car as they break now for the penultimate corner. I think a piece of traffic is gone a little bit wide there. Powering Skipper stays out on the curbs there, not interfering with this fight for P5.
Wow, memaksa 1GT untuk pergi ke wide. Tetapi dari live gaming kita boleh nampak dia cuba untuk break the towing off. Sekarang ni 1GT memasuki bahagian dalam, memotong Darren Live Gaming. Tetapi exit macam mana? Masih lagi 1GT di tempat yang kelima. Darren terpaksa berusaha lebih untuk memotong 1GT. Mungkin di corner yang pertama kalau kita boleh lihat sekarang ni, memasuki corner yang pertama, 1GT
Oh, dia wide.
Oh, 1GT wide. Adakah satu advantage untuk Darren Live? Oh tidak, masih lagi 1GT di hadapan, masuki selekor yang kedua dan ketiga. 1GT masih lagi di depan, cuba mempertahankan line beliau. Darren Live Gaming next, come on, let's go.
Let's go. Darren trading hard for this 1 hour event. Let's see what you're going to be able to do. What sort of results would you be able to bring here from the back of the grid all the way up now to 6th place here, and just a little bit of a taste of what it's like to be in the top 5. Certainly with a performance like that, you definitely wonder what would have happened, you know, if Darren Live was able to qualify in the top row here, you know.
Oh, ada sedikit gap di antara Darren Live Gaming dan 1GT sekarang. Mungkin Darren ada perasan something dekat tayar beliau. Mungkin tayar wear sudah menjadi salah satu punca untuk beliau tidak push ke 1GT. Sebab apa yang saya nampak, Darren Live Gaming belum lagi memasuki pit daripada awal race sehingga sekarang.
So he might be one of those who's going for the full like no stop strategy here. Again, there's no mandatory pit stop here. You can decide if you want to come in the pits, if you don't want to come in the pits. If you have to come in the pits, it's likely going to be either a penalty or you're trying to get something repaired or changed on your car. And it seems like Darren Live Gaming, you know, from being so consistent, not pitting at all, is his tires going to be able to run to the end? You know, I definitely know that you can fuel yourself up in order to last the entire race here, but definitely for Darren Live Gaming, strategy is going to be the utmost importance right now, determine whether or not he stays in the top 10.
Tetapi kalau dia nak masuk pit, dia perlu lakukan sekarang, kerana gap di antara Darren Live Gaming dan Joe Labu sekarang adalah 19.6 saat.
Yeah.
So mungkin dia boleh masuk ke dalam pit dan keluar dan masih mengekalkan posisi beliau di tempat yang ke-6.
He's in the pits now. Darren Live Gaming is in the pits now.
Okay, good choice. Very good choice. Okay, sekarang kita bersama dengan kotak mancis di tempat yang kelima, sekarang jatuh di tempat yang ke-13. Mungkin dia cuba mengejar sekarang dia mengejar Mirror Mike, mengejar mangsa beliau yang seterusnya. Wow,
I think he might have just gone. Okay, I think Darren might have just gone in the pits to serve a penalty here because he's gone for the drive-through. Although Joe Labo would still pass him anyway for 6th place. So Darren is now dropped down to 7th here, but just ahead of Wak Dean, who's only just entered the first turn right now, breaking for it now. In fact, so Darren Live Gaming still has an opportunity not only to chase up Joe Labo, but also to stay ahead of Wak Dean.
Wow, Wak Dean masih lagi di tempat yang ke-8. Boleh lagi mengejar Darren Live Gaming tu. Hanya 4.2 saat sahaja. Masa masih banyak lagi, 20 minit. Kita kurang daripada 25 minit, Victor. Kita ada 1 jam. Seperti yang saya ingatkan, kita ada 1 jam masa untuk race kali ini. Kita sekarang berada di bahagian malam, so kita tak sabar untuk tunggu di pagi hari ni.
A bit of action right now, guys. Going on the main straight here, we got Kotak Manchis and Drifter injured, currently battling for 13th place. Kotak Manchis is right now in the ketchup colored car, whereas Drifter injured is in the chili colored car. Drifter injured breaks a little bit early there. Kotak Manchis goes through, but goes completely off the track.
Oh, ada sedikit salah pencaturan di situ. Jatuh di tempat yang ke-15. Bahan biskut tidak perlu berbuat apa-apa, hanya menggunakan advantage, just drive. Sekarang di tempat yang ke-14. Kotak mancis, apa yang dah jadi ni? Late
Yeah,
braking
what
yang
happened?
tidak menjadi. Late braking yang tidak menjadi memaksa beliau keluar daripada track. Sayang sekali. Saya boleh anggarkan dia ada dapat advantage untuk selekor yang pertama tadi, tetapi dia keluar daripada track. Sayang sekali. Agak sayang sekali. Pak An Biskut berada di depan beliau, tetapi perlu diingatkan kotak mancis mempunyai pace dan dia boleh mengejar dua driver ini, Drifter Engineer dan Pak An Biskut.
Pan Biscuit now
Go on.
catching Drifter injured now. This is again battle for 13th place, but this time Drifter is finding a new challenger, has just entered the ring here, entering the Bajaya hairpin here, the slowest part of Sepang before you go uphill. Drifter injured pulling his car all the way up now to stay ahead of Pan Biscuit, who is currently still giving chase here just behind his car. Now they're in the highest point. They're going to be dropping downhill now. A very quick sweeper to the right hand side, a touch in the brakes or maybe a lift off here. We know some guys will have different variations of how they take the corner, but regardless, Drifter injured stays in front right now, trolling into the penultimate corner right now. We also have a battle going on just in front of Afizat Supat. Has just been overtaken by Miro Mike for 10th place right now. So Miro Mike in the green car has just entered the top 10 ahead of Afizat Supat.
Wow. Seperti yang saya bagi tahu, dekat mana-mana ada battle sekarang ni. Masuki selekor yang terakhir. Adakah sentuhan berlaku tadi? Mereka masuki pit.
Ya,
Sedikit
masuk pit.
sentuhan, tetapi mereka masuk ke dalam pit. Antara Vincent Tebu dan Afizan Supat.
Miscommunication there, aku rasa.
Miscommunication, yes.
Yeah.
Miscom dekat situ.
Namun Drifter injured masih bertahan lagi. Dia sekarang nombor 11 sekarang, sedang kejar Miro Mike. So tengoklah siapa akan masuk top 10 lagi sini. Drifter injured dia tadi ada di top 10 tapi perlu ambil pit sekarang. Tapi sekarang sudah catch up balik dan sekarang is fighting for top 10 again.
Wow. Kotak mancis daripada belakang tadi dah naik nombor 13 sekarang.
Depan Nas pula.
Depan Nas. So nampaknya strategi pitting awal daripada kotak mancis menjadi.
Yeah.
Menjadi. Sebab dia akan dapat advantage untuk memotong Pak An Biskut, Drifter injured dan Mirul Mike jika dia ingin mendapatkan diri dia di top 10 lebih senang. Sebab okey, kita bersama dengan Wadid sekarang, salah satu streamer untuk santai Malaysia dekat sini. Wadid di petak ke-8 mengejar Darren Live Gaming. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Wakdin right now just behind Darren Live Gaming. He's done this before, but he tucks it behind. He sees an opportunity as Darren goes a little bit on the wide side, actually giving a bit of space there with Wakdin, which he takes very happily to get himself up into 7th place. Darren Live Gaming is not giving up though. He's going to try to fight back on the main straight here, trying to get the toe off of the red colored car just in front of him. Going to turn 11, turn 1 right now. You can see the sun is rising already as we enter the daytime here. As Darren Live Gaming cooks it, going to turn 1, lock up on the brake as well as Wakdin slips onto the inside, tries to cut in front, does in front actually of Darren Live Gaming, no contact whatsoever. Perfect clean racing here from Wakdin.
Wow, saya ingatkan ada sedikit sentuhan dekat situ antara Darren Live Gaming dan Wakdin, tetapi battle yang sangat-sangat mengujakan. Tetapi agak sayang Darren tadi, dia dah late braking tadi, tetapi dia tak dapat nak masuk dalam kerana Wakdin memaksa dia untuk pergi wide dekat situ.
Yeah, Wakdin not quite done, not quite out of the woods yet. Darren Live Gaming is still chasing hard through turn 5 and 6, but hits the curb on the outside, slowing him down a little bit, but he catches up at the exit anyway. Look at him gaining on Wakdin now, going into turns 7 and 8, cuts off across the curb, goes over the line a little bit. Hopefully he didn't get any cut penalties there, but it seems like Darren Live Gaming is doing everything he can right now to keep up with Wakdin's pace here.
Betul tu. Tetapi saya masih agak pelik macam mana Darren Live Gaming masih lagi bertahan dengan tayar yang dia pakai daripada awal perlumbaan tadi.
I know, right? He's definitely just managing it. He's just massaging it, trying to make sure that he just has enough grip right now to take this battle against Wakdin as they now come up to the top part and now going downhill here through turns 6 as well. Sorry, the final few turns, 12, 13 now, going on to 14. Darren Live Gaming goes for the time. Wagdeen lost some his tires, so does Darren as well. Darren stays in front now in 7th place, but Wagdeen is still alongside. They will drag race their way to the final turn, but Wagdeen has a faster exit right now. He edges in front of Darren Live Gaming as they make their way to the final turn. Darren may have an advantage, but again, if Wagdeen closes the door, that advantage is gone. Darren and Wagdeen both hit the brakes simultaneously, and Darren goes in front on the final turn. Wagdeen falls back to 8th.
Nampaknya strategi untuk massaging the tire, as you said, berjaya untuk Darren Live Gaming sekarang ini.
Pan Biscuit. Pan Biscuit is under pressure right now.
Wow. Daripada dua driver, iaitu Drifter Injured dan Shazani Suko. Shazani Suko baru saja dipotong oleh Drifter Injured. Hot in his tail right now, Pan Biscuit di corner yang ke-14. Corner 14 ni, Victor. As a driver yourself lah, kalau saya tanya awak, memang agak technical. Kalau orang yang tak tahu nak tackle corner 14, memang agak susah bagi mereka.
Can I add another dimension to that as well? Like, turn 14 in real life is different than it is inside of Corsa. So,
yes.
take that with what you will. Kotak Manches right now under challenge for Fort Lanun. I saw them bumping and grinding a little bit earlier on in the turn sector, but then Kotak Manches takes a little bit too slow of an exit out of the final turn, and Fort Lanun moves out to 14. Wagdeen right now caught onto Darren Live Gaming's trail here. They're entering turns at 7 and 8, and Wagdeen seems to have an opportunity to overtake.
Kurang daripada 15 minit sekarang. Siapa? Who will prevail on this race? Jensen mendapatkan balik petak yang pertama. Wow, agak jauh gap di antara nombor 1 dan nombor 2, 19.8 saat. Wow, dia sekarang mengejar back marker Jensen. Mungkin mengambil apa orang kata, dia cuba untuk chill untuk race kali ni kerana tiada pencabar untuk beliau di race ini, tetapi beliau masih lagi konsisten dengan masanya 2 minit 9 saat. Itu the fastest lap untuk malam ni, kita boleh lihat. Masih
right
lagi
now,
cepat.
they've caught up with Darren Live Gaming on the back straight. Wagdeen is now jinking to the left, jinking to the right, trying to find a way to stay in the tow as Darren Live Gaming moves even further and further on the inside. Very aggressive defending here from Darren, but Wagdeen pulls onto the long side anyway to try to take the wide line around the outside of the final turn, taking a lot of speed as well, but Darren Live Gaming annoyingly is still on that racing line and still stays ahead of Wagdeen though, coming onto the main straight.
Darren Live Gaming. Wagdeen cuba melakukan sedikit move dekat situ, memasuki selekor yang pertama. Siapa yang dapat inside line sekarang ni? Kita boleh lihat Wagdeen mendapat inside line, cuba untuk bertahan daripada saingan Darren Live Gaming. Selekor yang kedua, masih lagi Wagdeen di hadapan. Tetapi seperti yang saya cakap, Darren Live Gaming advantage dia dekat selekor yang sekarang ni, yang kita nak masuk sekarang ni, selekor yang ke-7 ataupun dan ke-8 ni agak bahaya sikit. Darren Live Gaming favorite corner dia, saya boleh lihat dekat corner 7 dan 8 dia sangat laju. Dia carry speed yang laju dekat situ.
That's why. So that's exactly his battle point right now, right? Between himself and Wagdeen. Wagdeen is just a little bit better through the first sector, I think, and that's the disadvantage that Darren Live Gaming is going to have to manage here. But nevertheless, going into turns 7, 8, and 1 more, Darren Live Gaming carrying a lot of speed as usual, but Wagdeen carrying even more speed, gets an even better exit right now, and is pulling further and further ahead, almost an entire second ahead. Darren Live Gaming now is a break for the Bajaya hairpin.
Wow, kita nak masuk hairpin sekarang ni. Masih lagi Wagdeen. Darren Live tidak dapat that sweet spot for the grip. Wow. Ada sedikit lock up di situ kalau awak perasan, Victor.
Yeah. The tire grip is very low, I think, for Garen already. I mean, again, dia belum ambil pit langsung kan dalam race ni.
Betul, belum ambil pit langsung. Saya rasa sekarang ni dia tengah battling dengan counter steering sendiri ataupun oversteering. Agak merumitkan keadaan, tetapi bila kita tengok cara dia driving, saya rasa dia masih lagi boleh manage. Dia masih lagi boleh manage tire management beliau.
Shazani Sukor, he's gone wide. Shazani Sukor has gone wide, and Nash has moved up to P12. So has Fort Ladun as well, moving on to P13. A bit of movement right now in the midfield here. So they're now trying to. They're still about. This battle is happening 10 seconds behind Drifter Injure. So it's still a long way to go for that 10th place. But even in his midfield here, they're still not letting go of that position, aren't they?
Yup. Memang tak nak bagi orang langsung tu.
Fort Ladun masuk. Fort Ladun masuk ke depan sekarang dan dia di tempat 12.
Wow. Kita memang tak boleh expect untuk race malam ni. Okey, kita berbagi kurang daripada 11 minit. Dah nak masuk minit ke-10 perlumbaan pada malam ini.
Pan Biskut dengan Miro Mike sekarang fighting for 9th place, going on the final turn there. Miro Mike still just ahead of Pan Biskut. Pan Biskut having the jink a little bit there on the exit, so he's going to be a little bit of a disadvantage right now on the main straight. So Miro Mike's going to use this opportunity now to try to build a bit of gap, but how much can he build? Still 0.3 seconds between himself and Pan Biskut. Pan Biskut now goes on around the outside of Miro Mike. He cannot find the grip. He slips out there, and Miro Mike slides his way into 2nd place. Into 9th place.
Pan Biskut tadi ada sedikit lock up di situ masuki selekor yang pertama. Kita boleh nampak dia agak terkial-kial untuk masuk selekor yang pertama tadi. Bukan memaksa Mirror Mike mendapatkan advantage untuk berada di hadapan, tetapi memaksa Pan Biskut untuk memberi laluan kepada Mirror Mike. Mungkin untuk corner yang selepas ini, Pan Biskut, let's go Pan Biskut. Darren Live jatuh di tempat yang ke-8. Saya akan bacakan standing sekarang ini. Kita Jetson berada di depan di nombor 1, Matt Murdoch di tempat yang kedua, Speed Demon Steve di tempat yang ketiga, keempat Kenny 1GT di tempat yang kelima, Joe Labu, Wakdin, Darren Live Gaming, Mirror Mike, Pan Biskut, Drifter Injured, Fort Lanun, Nash, Shazani Suko di tempat yang ke-14, Kotak Mancis di tempat yang ke-15, Myvi Fly 16, Takeo 17, Afizat Supat di tempat yang ke-18, 19, Abang 94. Oh, baru saja memotong.
Pan Biskut now catching and already almost caught up to Miro Mike right now, looking for an opportunity to get himself into P9. Miro Mike locking up the brake a little bit as they reach the top part of Sector 3, now going downhill into the final few turns. Turn 11 looking good so far. Turn 12 looking a little bit sketchy, but still I think Miro Mike staying ahead. Pan Biskut was caught up to him though by the time to enter turn 12 and 13, and now it's going to be a drag race to the final turn. Over the curbs go both of them, over the white line as well. I hope the cutting warning didn't come true for either of them. I don't see it on the server message as well, so they're both safe for now. I think Miro Mike continuing to stay ahead of Pan Biskut here as they enter the turn. Pan Biskut goes for the dive, but goes wide as well. Tries to get back in, but Miro Mike stays in P9.
Oh, tak dapat memaksa Pan Biskut untuk mengambil di side luar. Kenny sekarang cuba mengejar Speed Demon Steve, mengambil sedikit towing di situ di back straight, masuki corner yang terakhir, cuba melakukan dive bomb di situ. Masih lagi Speed Demon Steve di tempat yang ketiga, tetapi adakah Speed Demon Steve goes wide? Tak, masih lagi bertahan di situ. Speed Demon Steve masih lagi di tempat yang ketiga. Kenny cuba mengikuti daripada belakang, masuki selekor yang pertama.
Let's go! Contact!
Ada contact di situ, sayang sekali. YGT mendapatkan advantage.
1GT is just only come around the final turn, so there's still a chance here for Kenny and Steve to try to get back on track. Steve is already moving already. Kenny a little bit lagging behind. 1GT has just only started entering the braking zone, so fortunately for Kenny, he will not lose out this 4th place.
Okay, kita recap sikit Kenny dengan Speed Demon Steve tadi. Awak rasa macam mana? I
think Steve should have given a little bit more space there. He was moving very aggressively, trying to force Kenny to just back out, but Kenny didn't. He still held onto the throttle in spite of being pushed onto the grass, and he had nowhere left to go actually, compared to where Steve was moving in onto him. So I would think that's pretty much more on Steve really, but again, there are no protests allowed in this race here, so Kenny can't really do anything but bear and grin it.
I mean, this is racing.
Right.
This is racing. Sometimes we do touch.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't.
Kenny ada sedikit perasaan marah di situ. Goes wide. Cuba balik mengejar Speed Demon Steve. Dia tak tahan. Dia cakap, tunggu sekejap Steve, aku datang. Aku datang, aku kejar kau balik.
Yeah, there's still 6 minutes left in this race here, so there's still a lot of time. If he does like an average 1 second per lap here, he will be able to catch up to Steve by the time we get to the final phase of this race here, the final lap, in fact, once Jensen comes across the line. Speaking of Jensen, 30 seconds in the lead compared to Matt Murdoch. What an insane lead here it is, Kacak.
Ya, betul tu. Jensen dengan Murdoch gap 32 saat as average. Dia memang race ni sangat chill. Memang saya tak dapat nak cakap apa-apa sebab Jensen dia terlalu, bagi saya dia ada masalah, dia ada pelanggaran ataupun apa-apa daripada awal race sehingga ke sekarang. Pit strategi yang menjadi adalah salah satu advantage bagi beliau. 29 saat gap sekarang ini telah antara Jensen dan Matt Murdoch di tempat yang kedua. So bagi saya, kalau dia nak slow down sikit untuk the final half of this race dengan berbaki 5 minit, saya rasa walaupun dia masih mengekalkan pace yang dia ada sekarang, dia akan jadi juara untuk race kali ini.
Well,
so, kita tak boleh nak cakap apa-apa.
Yeah, but that still remains to be seen though. Don't count your chickens till they hatch. 5 minutes still remaining in this race, so that's 5 minutes for even more drama to unfold on track right now. A bit of drama is unfolding here in the place just outside of the top 10. Fort Lanun and Nash right now are battling for 11th place, and Nash has been following close to Fort Lanun since the start of this lap. Now he's caught up to him going through the very fast section here of Sector 2, and Fort Lanun is doing everything he can to maintain the good average speed through that corner and stays in front of Nash. A bit of battle still going on, but again, Fort Lanun 14 seconds behind Pan Biscuit, still very far off from him to challenge for a P10, but 11th place, I think that's still a pretty good place to be in, isn't it?
Betul tu. Itu pun dah cukup memadai untuk top 10 yang ada sekarang ini berlumba. Nash sekarang ini di tempat yang ke-12. Apa yang terjadi?
Wagdin masuk pit. Wagdin sudah masuk pit. Mural Mike is going to be catching him, I think, because he's still on the back straight here. But that's given advantage now to Darren Live Gaming, who's currently in 7th place. So Wagdin, a member of the top 10 club right now, is in the pits, and Mural Mike is in danger of overtaking him by the time he gets out of it there. In fact, he goes into his pit box. This is a scheduled stop for him right now, or rather to basically get some repairs or maybe get a final tire change or just a little bit of fuel to make it to the end. But Mural Mike and Pan Biscuit now are just about to pass him, or no, they did not pass him. Wagdin goes in front. He gets in contact with traffic though. He gets into contact with traffic and contact again with Mural Mike as they come through to 8th place. Pan Biscuit moves through as well as Wagdin now scrambles to try to recover some position.
Terlanggar trafik, sayang sekali. Baru saja keluar daripada pit, ada trafik di situ. Wagdin mungkin tak perasan. Pan Biscuit menggunakan advantage. Wagdin ada sedikit pelanggaran, naik ke tempat yang ke-9. Mural Mike, wow, mungkin Wagdin cuba menggunakan strategi menukar tayar yang baru untuk lebih grip untuk this final half of the race, tetapi sayang sekali ada sedikit pelanggaran. Itu yang menyebabkan beliau jatuh daripada petak yang ke-7 ke petak nombor 10 sekarang. Sayang sekali Wagdin.
But here's the consolation prize for him. He's within 1 second of Pan Biscuit, and Pan Biscuit is within 1 second of Mural Mike. Any mistakes now in the next 3 minutes, and Wagdin will be sure to capitalize on it.
Betul tu. Sedikit saja mistake yang dibuat oleh Pan Biscuit, anytime Wagdin akan potong. Jangan risau. Mungkin Wagdin dalam hatinya macam, you're next. You're next. I'm coming for you.
No. Suspension aku dah rosak, bro.
Nevertheless, though,
Suspension aku dah rosak, bro. Aku dah rasa
still being
gegar
led
tayar
by
aku.
this man here in the mustard-colored SATRIA Neo GT. Jensen Chu is 30 seconds ahead of his nearest rival, Matt Murdoch, in the green SATRIA Neo. He's ahead of Steve by 5 seconds, and in turn, Steve is ahead of Kenny by 4. So you can tell that Jensen is pretty much unchallenged for the lead of the race. 2 minutes still remaining right now as Jensen comes across the line. Is this going to be the final lap, or is it going to be the next?
I think it's gonna be the next. Tetapi apa yang saya nampak dalam YouTube comment sekarang, Ada penonton kita bagi info, Joe Labu daripada awal race sehingga sekarang masih lagi di tempat yang ke-6. Sangat konsisten. Daripada 1 jam, konsisten daripada awal race sehingga sekarang masih lagi di tempat yang ke-6. Wow. Joe Labu.
Speaking of consistency, a consistent
Yeah.
battle going on here
Alamak.
between Pambisco and Wakdeen. Wakdeen, remember, he wants to catch up to the two of them, Pambisco as well as Miro Mike, to get back his 8th place, and he's going to be starting off with the mustard-colored biscuit. Pambisco now staying ahead as he go up the hill now. They managed to navigate through some traffic there. The black car has left them behind there. So now Pambisco is just challenging Wakdeen for the position, and actually gets a hit in the back there. Does Wakdeen from the traffic they already passed. So Pambisco not exactly playing gentle here. He sees opportunity to stay in P9. He wants to be in P9 by the end of this race.
Menggunakan defense lines yang sangat bagus Pambisco di situ. Dia nampak Wakdeen ingin masuki bahagian dalam, tetapi beliau sailang lagi masuk dekat dalam, memaksa Wakdeen dilanggar oleh Ford Lanun sekaligus.
Bukan Ford, Haji kakak yang langgar aku.
Wakdeen terpaksa untuk memperlahankan kenderaan, dan sekarang ni cuba mengejar balik Wakdeen menaiki hairpin di atas bukit. Not quite fast. Tetapi exit Wakdeen memang laju.
Yeah, Nash right now, he's trying to go for a move on the Fort Lanu for P11 here as Jensen comes around to final sector here. He's probably going to be kicking off the final lap soon. So this is going to be it here for Nash and Fort Lanun. This is going to be a battle for the position just outside of the top 10. And Fort Lanun is the one holding that 11th position. Nash was falling behind. Drifter injured, still far behind though. So it looks like a piece of traffic is still somewhat involved in this little melee right now. But Nash and Fort Lanun are not really giving each other much space there. Oh, in fact, it's
By the way,
Steve.
Kita dah ada pemenang.
Yeah.
Race telah pun berakhir.
Jensen
memenangi race yang terakhir untuk tahun 2023, diikuti oleh Matt Murdoch di tempat yang kedua, memasuki selekor yang terakhir.
Top 10.
Tahniah Jensen. Wow, Miro Mike juga telah menghabiskan race ini di tempat yang ke-8.
Keluar pit aku kena langgar weh.
A bit of flashing light dekat situ.
Kat
Tahniah
sini,
Matt Murdoch.
kat sini aku kena langgar.
Di tempat yang ketiga, Kenny. Di tempat yang keempat, kita masih lagi menunggu
tidak, aku nombor 7 hari.
Masuki corner yang terakhir. Tahniah 1GT dan Mr. Consistent kita, Joe Labu di belakang. Oh, tahniah kepada semua pelumba kita pada malam ini, terutamanya kepada Jensen, Murdoch dan Speed Demon Steve.